Hello Aries, welcome to my channel. My name is Robyn. I'm a channeler and tarot reader, and this is going to be your April 2025 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We are going to get a theme for you for the month of April. We're going to look at where you're at, what you want, what's working in your favor, potential challenge, likely outcome, and a message from Spirit. So for your theme, I'm using a major arcana from the Good Tarot deck by Colin Baron Reid. And then I'll be using my deck for your reading. Let's have a look. The theme you're exploring, Aries, is the Hermit. Okay, so you are needing this month to take some time out to investigate, to do some soul searching, to go within your shell and find the key to the next doorway of your life. Okay, now sometimes the card comes up as like a theme when we have not been doing that, and so it's like a calling card, it's a call to action card. So you may have reached a certain chapter of your life where you're close to the ending of it, right? It's number 9. 9s talk about endings in numerology, whereas 10s are completion. Ooh, Sun wants to jump out, that's cool. So something has reached the end of a chapter, the end of a season for you. But before it's completed, before you get closure, before you kind of are ready to take the next step, some soul searching is required to just process information, to see what did you get out of that chapter, what is it that you still wanted to achieve, how did it work, what were the lessons you learned, all of that good stuff, okay, to enable you to be well informed about the next chapter. So I'm going to be using my deck here. It's a telepathic tarot. Fantastic deck. I have to say that because I painted all the cards, oil paint. I'm going to lay them all out and clarify them with a mini Rider-Waite deck before I show you and talk you through them all. So let's have a look at here. Bear with me 2 ticks. I'm just shuffling this little deck over here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Aries. Okay. Right. Okay, before I begin, you're the last card I've done of all the zodiac signs for April, and there does seem to be a bit of a common thread throughout all the signs, which seems to be quite relative of certain global matters, some sort of shifts, major shifts in our society, whether it's to do with power cuts or kind of banks crashing or things like that. It's something that's quite big. There's collapse on the horizon, right? And so it feels like it has kind of would have an impact on everyone, right? And people are dealing with it in different ways. We've got the 9 of Swords here, clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, as you start the month off in April. So the 9 of Swords talks about having anxiety, sleepless nights, worrying about the future, feeling as if you're kind of trapped in shark-infested waters. But it really depends on how you look at the 9 of Swords. That string that is in between the sharks over there could be actually the rescue mission, rather than, you know, something that's going to eat you. So you're starting the month off a bit anxious regarding your 10 of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles is about your sense of security, your sense of wealth, or your home, or even your family unit, right? It's about the things that you rely on. And so there is some, I would say, stress about the things that you rely on as you start off the month in April. That which you relied on, you don't know if you can rely on it anymore. And it's causing a lot of mental bother there for you. Your desire is the Hierophant and the 10 of Swords. So the Hierophant can talk about 2 kind of different things, but they're kind of both the same thing as well. The Hierophant, sometimes called the Pope in the Rider-Waite deck, is about spiritual ascension, receiving information from the realms above, from the spirit realms. This is actually my channeling card because I'm a Taurus and it's a Hierophant, and I'm a channeler. But the Hierophant can also talk about systems, bureaucracy, red tape, regulations, following the rules as they supposedly should be. Now, with it all being clarified by the Ten of Swords, you see we've got the 9 and the 10 of Swords now. The 9 of Swords is like anxiety, like, oh, but it's coming so high to the climax that it's about to end. 10 of Swords is the ending. It's like dead, done, over with, I'm done, right? Actually, it's a blessing in disguise. So the desire that you have is, on one hand, doing the spiritual practice of I need to negate and detach from belief systems that are no longer serving me, because that doesn't work. I cannot rely on that. For others of you, it could be trying to find systems, leaderships in your world, authoritative measures that you can rely on, because that which you've been focused on up until now, you know there's no more going back, it's done. Okay, so I'm feeling it's more so connected to your sense of spirituality, because when the things that we rely on cannot be relied on anymore, whether that's people in our life or our jobs or, you know, the government or our health, then it pushes us to really reflect, go into the hermit mode and figure out what it is that really we can rely on. And ultimately it's ourselves, because the people around us and our lives around us are a reflection of our inner world. So that's why I'm feeling it has this kind of loop. It goes within you and then in your external world and then within again. It's like the natural cosmic breath. Breathe in to yourself, that's a hermit phase, and then breathe out, exhalation, that is my reality. Okay, now what am I working with, right? So you are really trying to figure out that higher understanding of your path, where you're moving forward, what fits, what doesn't fit anymore, okay, and to then create a new path. What's working in your favor this month is the Four of Pentacles clarified by the Death. So what's working in your favor is taking time out to breathe, not making any rash decisions, keeping your finances close to you, keeping your resources close to you, and because ultimately you know that you're going through a grand transformation. Something, the Death card is here, something has, the season is over of something, of a particular situation. And usually when something comes to an end, we need some time to muddle through that transitional phase before the new thing can come into our lives. For some of you, and I'm really sorry if this has happened to you, but for some of you, if you have had a death with a loved one recently, sending out a lot of love, and this would be the month to really just go into your shell, just take some time out, take a breather, okay? Try not to solve the world's problems in April. You still kind of recalibrating within yourself. And of course, we've got loads of energies that are coming into the plateau at the moment. I say the plateau because that's what Anna Cassandra say, onto the earth, and require us to kind of just recalibrate those new upgrades within our DNA and our cell structure. So that can cause us to feel a lot of fatigue as well. All right. The challenge for the month is the Three of Cups with the Four of Pentacles. Now, bearing in mind, we've got the Four of Pentacles twice. What's working in your favor is actually staying at home, resting, kind of taking stock. The challenge is that it seems like people are inviting you to do lots of things. Three of Cups is like celebration energy, reunion, collaboration, joining up with friends and stuff like that. And the reason why it's a challenge is because actually what you prefer to do is just stay at home and not go out and not spend. So I would say, yeah, it's a challenge, because part of you wants to do it, but part of you also knows at a deep level in your hermit phase that this is not the time. You know, we all have kind of seasons in our lives where we are very outgoing and we are making things happen and we're meeting lots of people, and then other stages in our lives where we just need to kind of go within and spend some time with ourselves, because often when we too much with other people we can neglect ourselves. So we have to have a balance overall at some point. So you may feel kind of quite tempted to go out quite a bit, or people are trying to get you to come out and it's always a bit of a hassle, you know, like I don't want to, or I don't want to spend, or things like that. So it doesn't seem like a big energy, it's just like a bit annoying. All right, the outcome for the month is quite beautiful. We've got the Queen of Cups with the King of Cups. Okay, so what we have here is a royal couple. Okay, and obviously this is not going to resonate for everyone if you're in a couple situation, but what I would say is the outcome of the month is you are more in tune with your heart's desire. And within that, you have mastered your emotional body and your emotions the way the King of Cups does. So this is about like the integration of your divine feminine and your divine masculine in yourself, as it relates to the emotional body, as it relates to the heart. Okay, and it feels like that's the thing that really needs to be healed and valued this month, and that's the key from the Hermit card. That's the key to understanding what your next season is going to bring you, what those ambitions and what those goals are for your next chapter. Okay, particularly if you have ended something, if something has come to an end. Now, this is absolutely beautiful, because what that's basically saying is you've done some spiritual practice, and don't worry if you don't feel like you're a very spiritual person. We all are made up of it, you know, and sometimes asking ourselves those big questions is a spiritual questioning, right? Who am I? What am I doing in this world? What is my mission? What purpose do I have? How do other people see me? Not that we should really worry about that, but like we are kind of like all interconnected in that respect, you know, looking at the big picture. All of those things are going to put you in a beautiful placement in the heart. And that's ultimately what we want to do, because anyone who acts out of love usually is abundant and prosperous. Those who act out of place of their head, which is more logical, it's less fulfilling than the heart. So when you work from the place of the heart, you are becoming more forgiving of yourself, forgiving of others, and more compassionate. And so I would say that's a freaking awesome way to end the month. It's an awesome journey to get through, especially if it's been a bit of a hard time in the beginning of the month, realizing that there's something you cannot rely on. When you return back to the heart, then you realize, okay, I can rely on this. This is my superpower. So it's beautiful, beautiful Aries. Okay, let us get a message from Spirit. What do you need to know for your highest good? Okay. What does Aries need to know, please, for April? I'll take the top one. Very nice. The gateway. Open doors, opportunities, right timing. Okay. So gateways don't open up to us unless we have finished and resolved something from a previous chapter. So this kind of gives me the energy and gives me the feeling of also walking through the threshold, right? The gateway is a gateway to your heart, of course. That which we're trying to figure out, that closed door with the Hermit card over there, right? Basically what Spirit is saying is this is a time when you're opening up that door. And it's not just opening up a doorway to a room, it's a whole new paradigm shift for you. So the path that you're walking on this month is recognizing the things that no longer are in alignment with your highest good, trying to detach from the things that are now over, that there's nothing you can do about it, it's over, and how can I learn the higher lessons, spiritually speaking, and how, regardless of all that, can I step back into my heart space, follow my heart, be open to receive, and walk through the gateway of my new life. So it's a pretty big month, I'd say, Aries. So that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. Obviously, if you want a personal reading or channeling session, check out my website, robynstein.com. Information is in the description box below. And if you would like to learn how to read tarot, I've partnered up with Wisdom from North and delivered a masterclass in learning the art of tarot reading. It is a membership basis, so it is a subscription basis, but you can just subscribe for 1 month if you want, and then you'll have access to loads, thousands of masterclasses from many different walks of life. So have a look at that if you're keen. Otherwise, good luck for the month. You've absolutely got this. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.